Welcome back everyone to another review. Most of you, maybe all of you don't know, but I used to have multiple channels on YouTube. All of them now sitting in the cold, restless void. And one of them was about video games. I was reviewing old games from cult classics like Deus Ex and Vampire the Masquerade to some more underground jank like Call of Juarez and World War Z. The latter games had their own set of problems, gameplay and visual, but they had their own charm. And a bit of that feeling is what attracted me to today's game, Innocent Assault, a 3D action-adventure game with a setting in a fantasy world. With it being 3D, I do expect more from the gameplay just because the possibilities unlocked by being a 3-dimensional being. We will also get an answer to the ancient question asked by many philosophers around the world. Is 3D better than 2D? Gameplay. I would say this is more of an action platforming game. The levels are somewhat short, but they do have a lot of verticality.
The 37-inch vertical leap.
And quite a lot of areas to explore for extra unlockable goodies. Basically, you can just rush to the end of the level. You don't really need to kill all enemies, but fighting them will unlock scenes and mana crystals, which is the current currency in the game. You have 3 means of fighting them. Your main weapon, a big ass sword featuring multiple abilities and different combos, depending if you are attacking from the ground or the air. This will be your main source of damage. You can also equip 4 abilities that will activate depending if you are moving and tapping or holding the attack button. The second one is the gun that consumes mana, and that can fire multiple types of bullets.
I need more bullets!
Some of them deal tons of damage, others will provide some sort of support. But I never used anything other than the homing missile, which deals the most damage to a wide area. The gun will act as a secondary weapon. I just want the extra support damage, then switch back to the main weapon while the mana regens for another barrage. And third, the consumable weapon. You can find them during any levels, and the best one is the turret, just because of the extra damage and the stagger effect. Your attacks do stagger enemies, but the difficulty comes from them flanking you from all directions. You have to pull them and circle around so you don't get overwhelmed. Even on normal difficulty, a few hits will mean restarting from the checkpoint. They can attack you in 2 ways, either smacking you for a flat amount, or trapping you and dealing continuous damage until you break free by clicking hard. The enemy types are also ground and airborne. The ground ones you can chase with your gun because of the verticality of the levels, they can't chase you on the platforms, and the airborne ones, you can kill them with either the gun or melee attacks. The airborne combo will keep you in the air 100% of the time, or just ignore them. Irie is quite fast, has double jump and multiple dashes. You can run around like a spastic the whole time, and I'll confess that it adds a lot of fun to the game. Out of levels, you'll spend time at your hideout, where you can upgrade your stats, change abilities, and even your clothes. There are 7 main levels split in multiple parts, and then 5 extra sorties. All levels contain stuff to unlock, and you can see what you'll get in each level from here. And as I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, you have to explore every inch of the map to find everything, even playing the level multiple times. The good part is that Nanae will appear on your screen whenever you are near an unlockable. And as a little tip, there are unlockables even in the hideout. And lastly, there are the bosses. Each level has a big boss with their own area that you'll have to defeat. They are nothing special, you just wait for them to finish their combo, then jump in to chip at their HP. Repeat until dead. Some of them do become harder to hit because they jump very fast across the arena, but you can cheese them with the homing rockets. It's a bit slow, but if you lock it, it will eventually hit the boss. Plus the damage from the turrets, it will be quite a lot of passive damage while you focus on dodging the attacks. Story. Nothing special, you are Irie, a child of a prophecy, destined to defeat the Demon Lord. On your adventure you meet Nanae, which herself tried to kill the Demon Lord but failed. Now she is here to guide you. Nyanko, which is kind enough to share the shelter with you. And lastly, the Demon Lord herself, which out of the blue appears and starts to devour the world. To reach her, you'll have to go through the whole underworld, but because of the plot armor, Irie is strong enough to do that. There's a small twist. Nanae sees that Irie is special and tries to subdue and control her, thinking that this way she has a chance against the Demon Lord. But Irie subdues her and spares her life. And now she vows to help Irie in the final battle against the Demon Lord. deals some damage to her, but not enough for a kill. She escapes and tells you to do the same, because the second fight will result in a much more dire ending than a stalemate, and you get the bad ending. I was a bit confused there, because at level 6 you get the bad ending, but then you can start the 7th level, defeat the Demon Lord by just hitting it harder. Nana is there to assist you, she will provide a continuous healing field, and after the final blow, the underworld starts to crumble, and Nyanko and Sharky are there to save you. Yes, there's a shark that you save in the first levels and you can ride it. The world is saved and everyone lives happily ever after. There's also a specter that you'll encounter along the way. From the little hints it gives, they are your mother, but I didn't find anything specific. For most of the time, it will just encourage you to continue your quest. Scenes. Do we get gameplay and some side action in this game? Yes, we do. You have 2D and 3D scenes alike. The 2D part is the defeated scenes, but if you don't want to lose to unlock them, you can buy them or either finish the last mission, which will unlock the gallery by default. And the 3D part are when the monsters or traps catch you during a mission, and you have to click very fast to escape. And for this, you have free battle mode if you want to battle against a certain enemy. The story is presented in a 2D visual novel style, with Aeri's appearance reflecting the state of the armor, which can break during fights. I'm not sure if it affects the defense or it's just a visual. I skipped that part of the tutorial. Also, this game has zero correlation with vanilla. I would compare the scenes to Sinistar, but in 3D. There's one scene where a monster just grabs you by your head and slams you in the ground, but the cartoony graphics make it look funny, rather than grotesque. You will also find corrupted adventures, but I can't even describe the state that they are in, for my channel's protection. The good. For just a simple game, I expected less, but it delivered more than it was worth. The fighting and movement parts are very fluid, since fighting and jumping on every platform possible to get all the secrets is what you'll do 100% of the time. Enough variety to keep you testing different spells and bullets. You'll get to collect the scenes and gear for your character. Easier difficulties actually modifies the map to make some of the platforms more easier to navigate. And the nightmare difficulty is a challenge, but not impossible as long as you understand the mechanics of the game. And if you count finishing all the levels on nightmare as endgame content, you also got that. Also on their Twitter, you can see that the dev is very passionate about the project. There's a lot of gameplay videos and behind the scenes stuff going back even 4 years, if you are curious to see how this project came to life. The bad. The only thing holding this game back are the visuals. The levels are filled with cubic shapes, obviously to cut down the dev time, but it makes the game age by a couple of decades. There are some visual clutter when using spells, but it's nothing that annoying. The dev did a great job by filling up the levels. You'll never feel like a section is just empty or there to add game time, something that even modern AAA games are guilty of. The ugly. Nothing to report here, the game runs well, no major bugs, softlocks or crashes. The only thing that is missing from the game are the achievements, which are good when you try to add hidden stuff. For example, if you wanna get the last weapon skin, you have to finish all levels with an S rank or hard or nightmare. Then go back to your hideout and unlock it. I saw that there was a blocked part in the hideout, but I had no idea or clue what to do there. I just learned it by randomly reading some comments about the game. So Innocent Assault gets the Juicy Melon Award for delivering in both gameplay and scenes, just for $10. For this price you'll get around 4 hours of gameplay casually and around 12 for 100% completion. And I'll say it again, for a game that doesn't look that good from the pictures, it was a pleasing surprise. It will keep you engaged and provide a challenge if you want it. And with that said, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.
I said what I had to say.